Number 19 from Dallas, Texas, Jesus Velos. Number 21 from Sheffield.
And good afternoon for everybody tuning in. A look at the Trinity seniors here on Senior Day. And the final home matchup of the year for the Trinity Tigers. They take on the Centenary Gents. And Trinity coming into this one 10-2-2. A huge victory on Friday evening over St. Thomas, propelling them into what will be a potential SCAC playoff spot. Not officially locked down yet. They do need a result in this one or a little bit of help elsewhere, as on Saturday night it was Southwestern defeating Texas Lutheran by a score of 2-1, getting Southwestern the bid in, but Trinity still having a chance for the number 2 overall seed behind Colorado College, and then St. Thomas and Texas Lutheran will figure out whether or not they're in as well based off of result over in Schreiner today for the Celts. And the starting lineups having come in already, we'll run you down Centenary's. In goal, it'll be junior Casey Clemo, and he'll be joined by Dylan Allred, Renee Escobar, Michael Smith, Adam Beeler, Hunter Booth, Nick Valero, Fernando Santos, Leo Marquez, Christopher Tarr, and Aaron Gonzalez. For the Tigers, it's going to be senior goalkeeper Austin Woolman, joined by Peter Blank, Jack Eubank, Chen Adji, Louis Instrol, Joseph Curry, John Connor Rule, Jesus Velos, Jack Downs, Will Powell, and Michael Meese. We'll take a quick break and join you back here in just a moment after the national anthem when we get ready for kickoff. And welcome back. 10-2-2 Trinity Tigers, 5-2-0 in SCAC play. Centenary coming in 4-8-3. And they were 1-5-1 in conference play. So senior day for both teams here, really the conclusion of the SCAC schedule. And Trinity will be moving on to the postseason with a result here guaranteed. Most likely, high probability that they would move on to the postseason, even with a loss, but that would take some finicking around with the results for St. Thomas as well. So, Trinity almost all but certain into the postseason, but would like to go out with a strong win streak here as they enter into the tournament. The captains meeting for the coin toss. Peter Blank and Renee Escobar. Get a good look out of the senior Blank as he rejoins the Trinity huddle. And it was a massive win here for the Tigers on Friday night against St. Thomas. 2 goals from Michael Meese, and then he contributed very largely on the other 2 as Trinity won 4-2. Had an assist to Chen Adji that made it 3-2 Tigers. And then late in the contest, he drew a penalty, and Jack Downs was able to bury it home on the PK, giving Trinity the 4-2 victory. And they look to continue those winning ways here today on Senior Day. We will mention the seniors here in the second half for both teams, but quite a few of them will be taking the pitch now. A very muggy Sunday in late October. The winds are very still. 83 degrees, a high of 85 expected today, so not to the point where they're going to need the water breaks, but still not exactly comfortable October weather that you would hope for. Once again, Willman in goal for the Tigers, Klimo in goal for the Gents. Joining Klimo will be Allred, Escobar, Smith, Beeler, Booth, Valero, Santos, Marquez, Tar, and Gonzalez. And in the white for the Tigers, it'll be Blank, Eubank, Hadji, Instraw, Curry, Rule, Velos, Downs, Powell, and Meese. Centenary in the maroon tops, black bottoms. They will get us started. They will go right to left on your screen. Trinity in the all white. And we are underway as Escobar kicks it away. Found Michael Smith, and now they're going to work it on the near side. Nick Valero, who was almost a pregame scratch due to injury, but making his way back out to the starting lineup here on the near side for us. Centenary plays it across their back line. Now that one will drift out of play, and it'll be a Trinity throw in the lower quarter of the field. Velos will take the throw into the foot of Downs. Now Adji. And that one redirected, and that'll go out for Trinity's first corner. They did not have a corner until late in the match against St. Thomas, and they'll take one here in the opening minute. It'll be Downs to send it through. Near side is Adji. That one headed across to the back of the box and then flicked out. That was a nice job by Michael Smith for the Gents. Really good run from Curry for the Tigers, trying to keep possession. Then he comes back and almost has full possession there for Trinity, but instead it's Escobar now running for the Gents. Brings it near side, Valero. He scans the field, sends it short side, Escobar. And once again, Centenary will play to its back line. John Connor Roll will get a piece of that one, but it will go for a gents throw. And headed forward. Smith will come back, now battling Meese. And Valero's touch will go just beyond the reach of Dylan Aldred, and it'll be a Trinity throw. They'll take it quickly. Eubank will send that across to the middle. Instrull will track it down. Now he'll scan the field, has Aggie. A little bit of room, could have made a turn. Decides to bring it down, and now makes the long run out to Powell. And that one's going to be deflected. Second Trinity corner here in the early going. Trinity was top 5 in the country going into Friday night on corners per contest. They average almost 8 a game. They had very few opportunities on Friday. Already back up with their second one here today in the opening 3 minutes. Nice ball sent in, but nobody home for Trinity, and an easy cleanup here for Casey Climo. Woolman will boot that one, but it will ride up the shin area, and it sails out of bounds on his kick. Now Meese with the chance to make the run. He'll stop, settle, bring it back to his right side. Now puts it on frame. And easy cleanup for Climo. Quite a bit of action early on for the junior goalkeeper. They've been relatively easy so far. Now Jack Downs will settle around midfield. Brings it out to Velos. Finds Instrull. A little bit of a slippage. The field over the past few weeks has undergone a reseeding of Kentucky Rye. This one's sent over to Aggie. Now laying on the ground, Jack Downs with the shot. It's blocked. And a great block there from Valero as Climo was completely out of position. If Downs could have gotten that one off cleanly, it might have found the back of the net fairly with no contest. Now Aggie. Far side. Aggie comes all the way in, and he just sends it across the face. Shot that with power, but could not get it to Carl. And it'll be out for a goal kick. Played to the back line. Eubank will scan, but will send to blank. Now on the far side of the field, Will Powell. He sends this one in. Once again, Climo comes to cover. Officially one shot on goal for Trinity, but they've taken quite a few shots here in the early going. Officially with 3. Headed back to Willman. He'll pick up and then just roll it back to blank. Meese in the midfield will work with Curry. Curry with a lot of room to run, finds Meese breaking away, and he'll send a shot in. Couldn't get enough on it. There was a fairly strong defensive attempt coming in on him. Might have disrupted him just a brief moment. Now Escobar works with Aldred, And Aldred trying to find Smith up front, but it was a little too far. John Connor Rule able to play the back line nicely and eliminate the danger coming against the Tigers. Now on the attack, here is Aggie. Tried to feed it to Meese, couldn't quite get it through. Good block by Leo Marquez. Now Escobar turns, scans, sends it down deep. But couldn't find the running Hunter Booth, or excuse me, Adam Beeler, trying to make that run all the way on the far side. Woolman came in front. Early possession favoring Trinity, but Centenary's had a few opportunities. And they look to take another one here, and a fantastic slide here from Rule. Allred was basically going to be able to make that run and be uncontested for a good chunk, maybe creating a 2-on-1, but J.C. Rule taking possession back, and now Trinity looking to make something happen. Downs hesitates. Might have had the shot on the first attempt. Thought maybe he saw a blocker and pulled it back down. No, I'm trying to find Allred, but he's going to be offside. Centenary substitution awaiting will be Alex Alvarez. I believe they said he's going to go in for Fernando Santos, but he will wait here as Trinity plays forward. Eubank has a step. Over for Downs. Send far side. Did he get it too much of it? No, makes nice contact with Will Powell running the far side, who comes back in. He's got space into the middle of the box. Meese off the top of the bar. Now Aggie takes one step, has that one blocked. Downs trying to settle in the box. And will eventually lose it out to Smith. And Smith will bring it over for Escobar. Trinity with a golden opportunity and just had it hit off the top of the bar and then couldn't recover, get a second opportunity with anybody out of position. Veloz will lose that to Aldred. And now Smith and Aldred will look, try to send forward. And there is Santos. He's got space. He'll give a little chip shot, and it'll be an easy corral now for Willman. Smith stealing it around, but Curry, numerical counterpart, will take it right back. Roll will play that one all the way back to Woolman, who will reassess the field. He's under no threat, so he'll take a little bit of time. Now brings near side for Eubank and Veloz. We are past 10 minutes played here so far. Trinity 2 shots on goal. Centenary still waiting for theirs. And Meese will work with Powell. Defense from Tar. I'll give over for Aggie. Curry will send that one far side for Powell once again. And he's got the inside step. Brings it forward now for Aggie. He's going to try to take a look off the corner. Good defense there from Tar. And now Aggie now beats Tar. Brings it forward. Uncontested all the way through. And now they're going to say offside on Trinity.
In for Centenary, number 14, Alex Alvarez.
And here is Alvarez. We mentioned before, he does go in for Santos. And that'll be the game's first substitution. And they're actually going to maybe change the sub here. Now the Tard got back to his feet. He's happy. And they will continue to bring Santos off for a breather. The first chair will depart. And Klimo will boot it down. Downs fighting with Alvarez, who just checked in. Alvarez took the first touch, but Trinity will take the second. Now, Instrel looks around, sends it back to Rule, sends it forward, Mies. Powell with the run. Can he chase it down? He's going to let it go. A bit too far out of his reach. And that will go for the goal kick. Yeah, looking back at that Agi run there near the inline, he was probably about a yard or two in front of it. It was a weird angle. But when he came all the way to the post, there was enough room. There was at least a body in front of him. I can't remember if it was Centenary or a Trinity player. But when the ball got kicked around, I think what they're going to say is there was a Trinity player on the line. And that's why they called the offside.
Get the shooter!
Curry, nice little turn, but basically being double teamed in there. Now Mies, turn shot and sails high. A good idea, but he got underneath it just a bit too much. 7 shots now for the Tigers. 2 of those on goal. Both have been saved. Trinity's taken 2 corners. And the only offside of the game, well, 2 offsides, have come from 1 each, Trinity and Centenary. Curry finds Powell. Powell breaks through the defense. Now has a chance to make the turn. Sends it in. It's blocked. This will be the 3rd corner here for Trinity. Eubank will take it. He's bringing Instrol near side. And they'll play it short. Veloz couldn't quite take a clean touch. Eubank sends this one all the way in, driven down, and then kicked out. I believe that was Marquez sending it away for the Gents. That'll be played out. It'll be a Trinity throw. 15 elapsed here in the opening frame. They're trying to find Agi. He makes his way through. Centenary basically allowing that throw to come in and then trying to take the quick defense after. Instrol with Smith guarding, gets it past. And now they're going to say clean defense there from Hunter Booth. Trinity will get it back momentarily. Now Powell on top of it, trying to beat Marquez. We'll have to revert back. Finds Instrol. Trinity will look to reset. Now coming in, Peter Blank. Almost had the step on Allred, but couldn't quite get it through. And that one flicked a little too far out of the reach of Powell. We'll go for another goal kick. Another action here in the SCAC men's soccer. Colorado College be in Irving to take on the Dallas Crusaders. That one starts at 2:30. And at 3 o'clock, the Celts, St. Thomas, over in Kerrville to take on the Mountaineers of Schreiner. That one starting at 3 o'clock. Slow Sunday here in the SCAC, as the only other competition going on is volleyball. A couple of matches going on, and then one golf team out at the Division III Fall Preview. Makes fairly good sense, though. Next week, we start the majority of the conference championships. J.C. Roll looking for somebody to come forward. Sends it for Aggie, and now Aggie. Players on the ground, no fouls committed, so they're going to play on. Trinity with Powell. Aggie and Instrol will play it around. Now they find Curry. Brings it back into the mix on the right side. That's where pretty much all the defenders were. But Trinity will earn a corner. It'll be their fourth. So Eubanks tank once again. This time they'll send it into the box. Climo gets a hand on it, and that will carry him all the way out for another corner, but it'll come from the near side now. So this time, as you can see, it'll be Jack Downs.
Hey, Nick, front the five! Nick, front him there! Right in there, front him!
They'll go for the back of the box. The header comes from Eubank, and it's just high. Couldn't get on top of it. It was first to the ball. And quickly played out here for the Gents. Tar had it going forward, but he's going to play it to his back line. And Marquez and Aaron Gonzalez will bring it all the way near side now for Valero. Nick Valero tries to send it past the Trinity back line. Headed away by Eubank. And then that'll be lost by Centenary, so Velos will come up for the throw. A very still day here in San Antonio. Flags have a little bit of movement, but they're not. They're just kind of swaying in their own spots. Instrol takes a look. A little bit of hesitation on Smith, and he brings it back for Roll. JC plays it forward. Powell, another great first touch over to Meese. Trinity still holding. Now they'll bring it near side. A lot of room to work with. Velos. Give and go with Instrol. And he tried to feed it inside for Curry. That one's blocked away. Booth will give for Beeler. And trying to make the connection with Escobar, and just out of his reach. It'll be Woolman coming up. Far side for Powell against Tar. He's won this matchup a few times. Now Tar gets a little bit of a deflection. Feeds it in. Thought maybe Curry was going to break that way. Instead, it's going to be Michael Smith. And he'll play it out. Downs in the box. Couldn't quite work it down further. Trinity will regroup. Try to bring it across. Instrol dispossessed. Now Escobar. And that'll be played forward, but there's really not much there for Centenary. Smith will keep it alive momentarily, but it'll be an easy corral for Sean Connor. Rule and plays it all the way back to Woolman without any contest there. And Trinity back line, really the last 15 minutes, just kind of on cruise control. Two goals on Friday night, vaulting Mies into the top 6 of the conference leaders. He's got 7 on the year. Trinity did not get an assist on Friday night, so he's still on 5. He's tied for 3rd overall in the conference. Two, Mies and Aggie hooked up in the opposite way as Aggie was able to score the game-winning goal. A nice ball for Smith, but it'll be out of the reach of Beeler. Over the halfway mark here in the opening half. Mies with the turn. And once again, Michael Smith stepping up, fighting a solid defensive form today. Blank with a nice ball in for Downs. And Aggie will go back to recover. Mies might have had it momentarily, couldn't get it to bounce his way. Veloz thought maybe try to catch Klimo napping now. Aggie! And he's in! Twice this weekend, Aggie with the goal.
Number 17, Gabriel Aragon. Number 35, Zach Bauer.
And I think you see with sort of the muted celebration there, just it's warm, it's muggy. These guys are fairly exhausted. Let's see if they credit the assist. Have not yet. And I'll double check to see. The Tigers with the early lead. Now Mies with the run. Mies, the left foot chip. He just sails it over the top. Looking back at that goal, I believe Veloz and Downs will get credit on an assist if they are to give one. He did settle and bring it back to his right side of his body, so I don't know if they're going to say that that was too much of a player control situation, or but if there is anything to be given, it'll go to Veloz and Downs. And the foul called for a handball, and it'll go against Centenary, so Trinity with the free kick opportunity.
Watch short here, watch short.
Now, we mentioned the weather, but not only the weather, the Friday night game, also very muggy. And that was a very intense competition. basically the winner of that contest, and I think both teams knew it, the winner of that contest
What do you need him for?
able to write their own destiny. And John Connor Rule
Run! Hey!
knows that he had that one. And he just heads it out.
This is hilarious.
And so Centenary will bring it across. Under 19 to play. Gonzalez all the way back to Climo. Probably for the best, but just really not a whole lot of movement coming here from Centenary. Find anybody open. Now, Joseph Curry. And that'll be deflected. Go out for a goal kick.
Get out!
Yeah, seeing the comments there from Tom. And I don't feel, me personally, I don't feel like they've come out very complacent. It's just, I think that the energy that it took on Friday night for that match, I think you come out and it's just trying to regain your strength, and it's actually going to be a really good test because the next couple of matches for Trinity, should they get into the SCAC playoffs, give you an opportunity to, you're going to have to play a tough matchup on, I believe, Friday, and then have to play another one on Sunday. And then if you get into the NCAAs, then you're playing back-to-back days. And that's where it starts to become a little bit tougher because obviously you're playing playoff caliber teams, but then you're having to go out less than 24 hours and do it all over again. Downs. A beautiful strike. He goes all the way through, and Jack Downs makes it 2-0 Trinity. And a great look at the senior. And what could be his final competition here at Paul McGinley Field. It just went all the way through. Meese maybe providing a little bit of a block on the visual. So Aggie with the first, Downs with the second, and a lot of the work that Trinity was putting in the first 20 minutes, now things are starting to fall. They did have one opportunity for Meese earlier to hit off the top of the bar, and now Meese with another go, kicked away by Climo. Powell trying to fight for it, but I believe it's going to be Smith coming up with it momentarily. Tries to play it all the way forward, and it's going to be J.C. Rule to bring it back for the Tigers.
Now step a bit, now step a bit. Come on, squeeze a bit.
Eubank and Curry working it near midside. Hunter Booth pushes Curry down, but they're going to say play forward. Zach Bowers checked in recently. Plays that up the near side, and he'll win the throw. He'll drop for Valero to take it. As we approach the 15-minute mark here, first half. Michael Smith sends it forward, and that's going to be an easy take for Austin Woolman. He's trying to make connection up front. I think they just miscommunicated with which side he was going to try to send it. So Meese for Aggie, and that'll hold up. I think Aggie's going to potentially get a breather here in a few to close out the first half. So he's been pushing forward quite a bit so far today, he and Meese, and Throw Will Powell into that mix. A lot of good extended runs. And same with Curry and Downs as well, as they've been able to push forward.
Run out, okay? Get out! No, get
Now
don't
Bowers.
let that run.
And that flag will stay down. Giving chase is going to be Gabriel Aragon. And going to go out.
Gabe, you don't make the run to the corner.
Be a Trinity throw.
Clear out.
Bowers with the block and sends it forward. Escobar. Or excuse me, not Escobar. That's going to be Ron Masty. Masty sends it back across. Wide open and finding the back of the net is going to be Hunter Booth.
Let's go, get the ball, boys. Let's go.
Nobody there for the coverage. He basically had a free look at it. Makes it 2-1.
Correction in for the Tigers. Number 16,
And Hunter Booth comes off.
Number 7, Zach Anderson. The Centenary, number 6, Colton Howard.
Grabbing his chest, but other than that, he looks to be in good shape.
Goal for Centenary by number 13, Hunter Booth. Credit the assist to number 7, Ron Masty.
And you can hear the PA. Booth with the goal, Massey with the assist, and that cuts the lead in half.
What? Yes, yes.
Substitutions here for Trinity. Hunter Kane, Braden Shuey, and Zach Anderson. And for Centenary, Colton Howard in for Hunter Booth. Departing for the Tigers was Jesus Velos, Joseph Curry, and Louis Instrel. Deep throw won by the Tigers.
Step inside to him.
Now Meese over for Shuey. Trying to flip the field. Hunter Kane inside now for Downs. In the box, but they're going to say offside. Trinity goals for Adji and Downs.
Keep working at it, boys. Keep working at
Made it 2-0 early, but Hunter Booth moments ago cutting the lead in half. Jason Dilworth
Here we go. Let's go, go.
coming to the
Go, go.
table here to check in for the Tigers.
Right shoulder, Alex.
Adji trying to keep it. Has basically 4 gents on him at that moment. And he's been able to bring it all the way back across for Anderson.
Keep coming, no line, no line.
Eubank. Anderson has room, finds Kane.
Keep shifting that up.
Kane
Keep
back to
shifting.
Anderson. Now with the step on the inside.
Come on, Colton. Come on, Colton.
Shuey for Kane. All the way down. Tries to roll it across the front of the face of the goal, but Klimo unchallenged by that one.
Zach, you ready to go? Bring it down. Alex, move it there. Switch. Chris. Wider run.
There's Valero flipping the side of the field. Over for Tar. Eventually it's going to be Will Powell coming out of the mix. Rolls it down for Meese. He's going to slow it down momentarily. Anderson with a lot of room. Gives way for Kane. Inside. There's a miscommunication. But Kane will be over the top once again. Trying to beat Smith. And I'm going to say AR had it to be Trinity ball, and the center official says we'll take that one to Centenary's way. Get it up and around. And Aragon will go down to ground and holding the right shin. And he'll walk it off. Staying over the top will be Marquez.
Come on, boys. Big in the air, big in the air.
He sends the ball down into the box, but it'll be Woolman coming up and snags it out of the air. Quickly played out. Will Powell far side has Meese making a run. Well, taking himself so far. Now Powell with some options. Hunter Kane, the shot. And in self-defense, Klimo makes the save. And they're going to check him. It was a hard shot right at him. And we'll stop the clock to see if he can get some attention for his face, I believe. At that point, you start to think maybe a bloody nose or something like that, as he took that shot fairly close on. And did great, too. Find himself in the way. Could also be a situation when I say, yeah, you can see him pointing to his face. So not something that you really want to take, a direct shot like that, but seems to be in good spirits. So we'll get you caught up with these subs as you see coming on and off in just a moment. I'll take a quick break. I'll be right back. So Klimo looks ready to go after he met with athletic training staff. In the corner, taking for Trinity, will be headed out. We'll take another. Get you caught up on the substitutions real quick. For Trinity, Aiden Perales, Cameron Smith, Finnegan Sanders, and Kason Dilworth. So that corner comes in. Hunter Kane trying to get to it quickly. Not quickly enough. He's sent forward. Now Michael Smith with the chance to make the run. Massey with the original pass. And once again, John Connor Roll give the defense a little bit of time to recover as he plays that one out. Departing for the Tigers was Jack Downs, Will Powell, Michael Meese, and Chin Adji. So a couple of the upfront starters who have put in a considerable amount of mileage on the pitch today so far. Getting a little bit of an extra break here before the halftime period, and It'll be Masty trying to work it back across for Alvarez. Kane Rule originally turned around by that one, but Willman comes out and makes the easy corral. Now brings it forward. Zach Anderson up for Cameron Smith. Smith going to the inside. Perales. Blank will play far side. Dilworth. Now pushing up for Perales. And the throw. No, corner for Trinity. I believe that's Perales far side. Nope, it's going to be Hunter Kane. And we'll play it short. Chipped in, Anderson. And the header will go high. Coming from Shuey. Quentin Helm, the senior, will check in now for Centenary. And departing will be Michael Smith. He's been all over the pitch as well. He'll take an extra 5.5 of breather time before the 15 of halftime.
5 strong, boys. 5 strong. Let's go.
And actually, it's not going to be Smith coming off. It's going to be Valero coming off. Smith just moving over to take his place over here on the near side. And the shot coming in from Finnegan Saunders, but it'll sail wide. Under 5 to play here in the opening frame.
I have one more question. Trainer.
Guys, let's go. Let's do it in a row.
Anderson. And for Perales. Dilworth on the far side. Makes a run past Tar. Tar to the sliding tackle, but he couldn't reach it, and it'll be kicked out. Another corner, number 10 here in the opening half. I think Trinity only had 2 in the contest on Friday, but they're making up for it here today. I mentioned come in 7.85 coming into the weekend. Corners per game is good for 5th in the country. .30 to play, first half, and Aggie and Downs putting 2 on the board for Trinity, and then it was Hunter Booth for the Gents. 2-1.
First touch. Let's clean up the first touch.
Kane tried to send it across, but nobody home. Klima will pick up and take a few seconds to let the Gents push forward. He'll boot this down. Got underneath it just a touch. Original header won by Cameron Smith. The next touch taken by Quentin Helm. He couldn't find Colton Howard, and Zach Anderson for the Tigers will push forward. Now Dilworth, far side. Nice little chip. Didn't find Kane. I don't know if he was looking for the cross or if he was just a little far left on his shot attempt on the chip, but out for a fairly easy goal kick. Morales and Dilworth working with Anderson. Bring Shuey into the mix, and he'll send it across. Cameron Smith, near side, looking to make a run on Michael Smith. Has the first step, has the second step. Trying to feed it in, it's blocked. Now Anderson with a clean look, and it's saved away. Casey Klimo coming up once again. His sixth save of the game.
Let's go, boys. A minute strong. Let's go.
Klimo comes up, and he'll get the call.
1 minute. 1 minute.
And you can hear James Hill say 1 minute. Klimo boots it down. Just being headed around for a bit. And off the official.
Hey, hey. Boys, hey. That's not a free kick.
10 seconds.
Not a
9,
free kick. Go.
The official just drops it.
6, 5, 4, 3, 2.
And nothing comes of it. And that'll take us to the break. We said Aggie and Downs putting it up 2-1 for the Tigers. And then it was Hunter Booth cutting that lead in half. And we will take 15 minutes, and we'll be back with you here in a few here on the Tiger Network. All right, welcome back for the second half. And I believe we are all good with the clock now. That had reset during the halftime period. So Trinity going from left to right in the all-white here as we open. 2-1 lead. Centenary in the maroon and black. They will go right to left. And for Trinity, looking at most of the starters, except for, I see Shuey out there in place of Will Powell.
Tighten here. Why are we trying to play right back into pressure?
What? Oh, turtle. That was mine.
And Trinity with possession on the far side, just working it back and forth. John Connor Rule playing it up to Meese. He'll look for Eubank and Stroll. I did get clarification. They're going to say that Aggie's first goal in the opening frame, or his goal in the opening frame, will go unassisted. Basically just the extra touches that he needed, and then to beat the man that was defending him, taking away from the assist. And Aggie send that one over to Curry. And slide tackle coming in here from Tar. We'll throw it out for a Trinity throw, taken by Velos. And it'll stay Trinity. Aggie working with Rule.
Let's go! Let's go!
Wow, that one
Let's
stolen
go!
away.
Let's go!
Gonzalez brings it forward and has that one taken away before he could cross midfield.
Come on, Nick!
Aggie with the first step, beat Smith. Downs tries to get to it, but it's played out. Not completely cleared. Eubank. And he'll bring it in. It'll be Climo to Corral.
Drop! Chasing the ball.
17 shots to 1 in favor of Trinity. 7 on goal. The only shot on goal for the Gents, finding the back of the net. Trinity taking 10 corners in that opening frame. Escobar tried to head that one forward, but ended up at the feet of Instrol. And Trinity back on top of it. Curry feeds Meese. Back to Curry, a little give and go. Oh, Chin Aggie, and it's just to the side. With a win today, Trinity could secure the 2 seed over Southwestern in the postseason. They'd be tied on conference record, but Trinity taking the head-to-head advantage. Now Curry working his way down. And And it'll be out for a corner. I know Reed had asked early on if there was a meaningful difference, and not really. 2-3, you're playing at a neutral site, so it doesn't really matter. The difference being that Trinity, and that's going to be headed in. And Adji's got his second of the afternoon, third of the weekend. And that'll give the Tigers a 3-1 lead.
Goal for the Tigers by Chad Adji. Credit the assist to Jack Eubank.
So Eubank sending it in off the corner. It was the Tigers' 11th corner of the day. And he finds Adji on the near side post. So Trinity trying to be the 2 seed. And there is no real significant advantage between the 2 and the 3 other than it's just nice to have a slight leg up, maybe mentally. Really only affects the side of the bench that you sit on. Now Veloz inside the box, working with Curry. Takes a step past Tar, sends it across, and Downs almost got to it. Downs looking to go. Adji Downs on the goal scoring opportunities for Trinity. Couldn't quite come up with that one. And the brace for Mies on Friday night. Adji with his here today. And Curry plays it forward. Mies trying to out-hustle Leo Marquez to it. And he will get the throw advantage to Trinity. All Red has it taken away by Instraw, and he fights back for it. Ultimately loses it. Still fighting for it. He comes up with it once again. Tar's going to play it out. And it'll be a Tiger throw. It's Downs, and Trinity will work another corner. No, sorry, I guess the center official said that was going to be a goal kick. ER did not put his flag up for the goal kick. Shuey. And now Shuey plays for Adji. Takes the step. Back across the face of the box. We'll find Curry. He'll take a shot, and it'll bounce off of Marquez and carry all the way out of play, so it'll be a Trinity throw. Mies trying to work past his defender. And stroll back to Shuey. And nice little block out from Mies, and he'll go for goal. So he turns the corner, and he's got his third of the weekend. And Trinity quickly making this a 4-1 lead. of the teams in playoff contention that Centenary has played this season, they lost 5-0 at home to both Colorado College and Texas Lutheran. They lost 2-0 at home to Southwestern. And then on the road at St. Thomas, they lost 8-1, and they trail 4-1 here. So if you're a Tiger fan trying to see where maybe you stack up with common opponents that you might be seeing over the next week, right in that mix. That one deflected. Shuey will get to it. Aggie will play it off and receive it back. Briefly deflected out, but regained by the Tigers. Looking for the offside flag, they'll get it. Meese was a step behind the back line. Aggie and Meese now both tied with 8 goals apiece for the Tigers. And that'd be good enough to be 6th, tied for 6th here in the conference. They do lead all Tigers, but climbing the conference table. Rolled out. Aggie was looking to crack the top 3 as there's a 3-way tie for 3rd. Currently with 9 goals. Including Diego Castro, who scored 1 on Friday night against Trinity. And 2 Texas Lutheran players, Huff and Mankey. And they trail Catchpole, who's in 2nd. And Aliman, who's got 17 to lead everybody in the SCAC. The assist on Meese's goal is going to go to Braden Shuey. It was a really nice pass into Meese as he was able to body up his defender, keep him on the back hip, and then let the ball roll into place. And was able to make the turn on his defender. The Tigers now with a lot more control, a lot more possession, especially deeper into the box. Here with just over 30 minutes to play in this contest. Downs already has a goal here for Trinity today. Had one on Friday as well. And that'll be another corner for Trinity, number 12.
Casey! Front 5!
Mosty still waiting to check in for Centenary. He walked up a few minutes ago. He has the assist on their goal today. And Trinity looks like they might be making a full swap here in just a moment. That one sails over the head of John Connor Rule out for a goal kick.
In for Trinity, Zach Anderson.
I think it's going to be an 11-4-11. You just see everybody on your screen. We will just get caught up here in a moment with who is currently in. But Masti did check in. He went in for Christopher Tarr, and also checking in is going to be Gabriel Aragon for Zach Bowers. There's a good chance that those seniors walking off on your screen now might be done for the day. And unless Centenary is able to put one or two into the back of the net, I don't know that Paul McGinley is going to send them back in. Maybe only briefly in the final minute or so, just to get a standing ovation type of a deal. But the crowd in attendance, they have done their part here in the early opening hour of play.
Check in. Thank you.
Alex Alvarez comes to the table to check in for Centenary. And then the substitutions, I think they are now all in the book here. So Salvador O'Brien coming in for Chen Adji, Hayden Perales in for Louis Instrol, Ryan Cordner in for Jack Downs, Luke Mayfield for Michael Meese, Finnegan Saunders for Jean-Connor Roll, Kason Dilworth for Braden Shuey, Luke Chandler for Jesus Velos, Hunter Aronson for Joseph Curry, Hunter Kane for Jack Eubank, Zachary Anderson for Peter Blank, and in goal, Josh Lynch comes in for Austin Willman. Big thanks to our sports information crew here today on capturing all those substitutions. Garrett and Avery keeping everything locked down.
I was just standing 5 yards off.
That was an 11 for an 11 line change. Now Perales will feed Kane, but it's too far ahead. Anderson. Nice control off the chest. Feed Dilworth. Nice little play up. Perales is onside. And he'll take the touch, but he'll play it back out. Now brings forth for Dilworth. Racing down towards the corner, tries to get it across. Another corner. Hunter Kane to take. And the shot fired forward. Didn't quite see who got on the end of that one, but it was pulled through by Klimo. He'll garner another save. Be his 8th on the day. Anderson, not a free run, but just not being stopped. The throw comes in. It'll be Luke Chandler. Anderson over to Aronson. Saunders with the turn. Now top of the box for Perales. Back to Anderson. And he'll drive it down deep. Comes up with the cross. And he's going to find Hunter Kane. Zach Anderson to Hunter Kane. And the Tigers take the 5-1 advantage here. 24:55 left to play.
In for the Jets, Number 14, Alex Alvarez. Number 11, Connor Boucher.
Connor Boucher and Alex Alvarez in for Rene Escobar and Dylan Allred. Seniors for this Tiger team, including Austin Willman, who's done a fantastic job in goal all season, along with Peter Blank, Jack Eubank, Chen Adji, Luke Newport, Zach Anderson, Joseph Curry, John Connor Rule, Ryan Cordner, Alan McGuire, Jesus Velos, Jack Downs. For the gents, their seniors, Colton Howard, along with Rene Escobar, Michael Smith, Adam Beeler, Hunter Booth, Quentin Helm, and scratched off the roster today, Enrique Hernandez. So Anderson, the senior, getting the assist for Hunter Kane's goal. Very heavy-led senior team here for the Tigers. Not just with the amount of seniors, but their role that they've played. They have contributed on each of the 5 goals here today. As we work our way down to the essential fourth quarter, the halfway point of the second half. Headed for us nicely there by Salvador O'Brien. And Perales had the step for a while. Now we're going to stop the clock. And he's going to talk to Perales. He wants to check to see if he's bleeding. They're going to send him over to the side here. And quickly to make the sub in will be Lucas Ribeiro. Sophomore for sophomore.
Lucas Ribeiro.
The shot is blocked. Corner 14 for Trinity. And that combined with the 2 from Friday night will get them back to their season average for the weekend. Take about 8 corners per contest. Headed forward by Luke Mayfield. Hunter Kane working diligently on the far side, but ultimately it was poked away. Nick Valero on the far side for Centenary, and now for the first time in quite a few minutes, Centenary looks to try to contain possession for an extended period, but having recently checked in, Lucas Ribeiro just poking it away. Trinity back on top. Near side out for Luke Chandler. He'll send it in. Ribeiro tries to body his defender. Can't quite get possession. It'll be played out. Aragon far side for Centenary, but he loses it to Zach Anderson. Tries to feed Ribeiro in, but found the gent's foot poked away. Kane kept it in. Hunter Kane now with the run. He's already got one. He goes for goal again, and that one's deflected away. Corner number 15 coming for Trinity. Clinton Helm looks to re-enter here for the Gents. But first, Zach Anderson will line up this corner. Sends it short. There's a valiant attempt coming here. Couldn't quite see the number here for Trinity, but it was Ryan Cordner on that shot attempt. Just couldn't get all around it. So Centenary will have a free kick. 20 minutes to play here in the contest. Sent into the box, and coming up to make his first action of the day, Josh Lynch. Let's take that one out of the air. Final home game of the season here for Trinity, and barring a NCAA playoff bid, it'll be our final soccer broadcast of the season. Take a moment to say thank you to our student staff, Elizabeth, Lourdes, Reed, David, Adam, Ariel, the group that's been with you almost every step of the way here. So that one's sent in but corralled. Students on camera and then back in the control room. Special thanks on the year to Chris Hockman, who had been your play-by-play announcer for the majority of the year. Having only missed Friday night and today. And subs coming in, it'll be Tar and Helm coming in for Centenary, and then for Trinity, Cameron Smith.
Number 19, Quentin Helm. Number 23, Christopher Carr. For the Tigers,
Valero and Aragon will depart. And for Trinity, Hunter Kane will have a seat after netting the game's 6th goal overall, 5th for Trinity. He made it 5-1. Smith with a run, sends it across, and it'll be cleaned up by Klimo. Mentioned on Friday a little bit, two former Tiger Network broadcasters here for Trinity men's soccer. Going back almost a decade now, Chris Garagiola on the radio calls for the Arizona Diamondbacks as they've made their way into the World Series. And then Ryan Figert, a name that most of you will recognize as he had the play-by-play up until this year. He's now on the radio mic for some of the games at FC Dallas as they make their postseason as they carry on with the Sounders here as they open on Monday. So through the years, we've had some great ones on the mic. And then today you get me. So apologies for that one. Tar will feed over near side. Beeler. And that one taken away, but he'll get it right back. And they're going to have a foul call. I didn't see anything unless it was behind the play. We're down to 16 minutes to go. One of the big rule changes this year it's been kind of interesting was no more overtime in the regular season. So See overtime once again as we head to the postseason. There's been an interesting rule change. Quite a few more ties than the past. They made the change, mostly because a lot of the data that they had showed that in the golden goal situation, the final outcome never really changed. They figured they had as many ties as they would because there weren't really that many games decided in the overtime period. One of the big rule changes, though, that's going to be coming for the overtime period is when we do get to the postseason, there is no more golden goal. They're taking that away, and you will play 2 10-minute overtime periods, meaning that if you happen to score the first goal, then you have to sit back and you still have to defend well and carry out the 20-minute, 2 10-minute periods. Otherwise, the game could go back to kicks. So it will be fascinating to see. Should the Tigers be fortunate enough to find themselves in the postseason, Tiger fans are hoping that they don't have to see an overtime situation. A strong non-conference schedule and strong results in their non-conference schedule for Trinity this year. Went 5-0-2. And one of those draws that they had was a 1-1 draw against Division I Incarnate Word. Also had a game wiped off their schedule. They were winning 1-0 at the 42nd minute mark against Concordia back in September, and that game was canceled due to very severe weather up in the Austin area. And only D3 negative results on the year. A 2-2 draw against Hardin-Simmons here at home. A game that the Tigers really played very flatly. And then a 2-0 loss over Seguin to open conference play weekend after defeating Southwestern 4-0. They came back strong after that one. A 3-0 and a 4-0 victory before a 3-1 victory at Shriner. And then vaunted trip to Colorado Springs caught the Tigers off guard. An own goal being the difference in that one, dropping 3-2 to the unbeaten conference regular season champion Colorado College Tigers for a very impressive 4-2 victory here on Friday night against St. Thomas. SCAC with quite a few teams, a very strong win percentage. You got 5 teams that I think are all in position to be regionally ranked. They only have 4 playoff spots for their postseason tournament in the SCAC. You got Southwestern, Colorado College, Texas Lutheran, and St. Thomas. Southwestern has already clinched a spot. Colorado obviously clinching as well. Texas Lutheran holding on to hope. They need a St. Thomas loss.
In for the Jets, number 2, Dylan Allred.
I guess they could even get a St. Thomas draw based off of the point situation. So a St. Thomas non-win could put Texas Lutheran back into the postseason mix. St. Thomas hosting the NCAA tournament. This one, a shot from distance here from Cameron Smith. And Climo saw it through. The wind's starting to pick up here, but the clouds are starting to roll in. We are expecting cold fronts. Those of you in North Texas or the Rocky Mountain area probably already well aware of what's coming. But cold front coming down from the northwest. Have temperatures highs in the 60s here on Tuesday, I believe. lows into the 40s, high 30s. This will be a free kick now for Tar. Maybe a little bit too far out of distance to go for goal, but he'll have nice swinging in motion here for the box. And it's headed out nicely by Salvador O'Brien. And a couple of more subs making their way out for Trinity.
Number 12,
Ty Jarrett and Eric Fossen, along with Riley Haas and Will Robinson. They'll come on for Ribeiro, Anderson, Luke Mayfield, and Cameron Smith. Assuming that Trinity doesn't falter 4 goals here in the final 9:20, they'll move to 6-2 in conference play. And that'll be good enough to tie with Southwestern for second, and they will take the advantage having defeated Southwestern head-to-head. So they will be the 2 seed. They will move to 11-2-2 overall. That important because that, along with maybe a victory over Southwestern, could be enough to, should they not be victorious in the automatic qualifier spot for the SCAC, if they can beat Southwestern in the semifinal, get them to 13, and then either 3-2 or 2-3, depending on how, if the game goes overtime, it would be a draw. Championship game format. So you're looking at maybe a 13-win team with 2 or 3 losses, 2 or 3 ties. Could that be enough to get an at-large bid? Would they be high enough ranked in the conference or the regional rankings? It'll all go to help. Those regional rankings came out last week alphabetically. They will come out this week in order, so we will find out more about where the teams in the SCAC stand. This is a dangerous spot here for the free kick. And a beautiful save here from Lynch. Santos and Alvarez standing over the top of it. And Alvarez took it. And it'll be a corner now for the Gents. Centenary, very far side of the 18. Fossen send it forward. Smith with trouble from Ty Jarrett. And Trinity looking to contain, but I think that one was played out. It'll be a throw. And with that throw will be a sub. Coming in now will be Colton Howard. And the senior will enter in for Fernando Santos. Nicely played forward by Saunders. Finds the foot of Aronson. He'll go all the way across for Ty Jarrett. He held up for Cordner, and Cordner tried to play it forward and had it deflected away. Trinity will regroup, and they'll bring it all the way to the back. Lynch work now far side. And turn back over. Shot from distance from Allred will go wide, and it'll be a goal kick as it takes us to 5.5 minutes to play. O'Brien finds Hawes. Far side taking a tumble is Jarrett. And not what you want to see is it looks like his foot got caught on the turf. Michael Smith also down on the play. It looks like he's getting to his feet. Looks like he's fine. He's saying, go ahead and check on Ty Jarrett. So 5:01 to play. We'll take a quick break while they attend to Jarrett and be back here in just a moment. You can see Jarrett up on his own feet walking off just a moment ago, and he will take it to the sideline. So he will have to come off for the clock stoppage, but we'll see whether or not they put him right back on, or I didn't see there being a sub come in. No, they did. No, actually they didn't, sorry. So no sub just yet. O'Brien works with Chandler, and coming through Aronson, and he'll win the foul. Chandler will stand over the top, looks to play it forward. Under 4.5 to play.
Winners here. Come on.
I believe Cameron Smith had checked out earlier, and he's back over on the far side of the pitch, so maybe he came in for Ty Jarrett. Sometimes when it's a injury sub, they'll just sneak on. I haven't seen it. Now I see it come through the box score here, so yes. Cameron Smith for Ty Jarrett. And Dilworth gives chase, but Aaron Gonzalez play it out. Finnegan Saunders for the throw. Aronson sends it far side, trying to find Smith. Great touch, Cameron Smith.
Makes sense. I'm a student.
Now to the far back line. Dilworth will bring it near side here for Chandler. They're going to try to play it in, and they've got the foot of Hawes. Goes for goal. Riley Hawes, sophomore, will make it 6-1. Just left him wide open in the middle. And a good strike. 2:20 to play. Nick Valero will check in for Alex Alvarez.
Goal for the Tigers by Riley Hawes.
Tiger fans looking to find information on the matchup with Southwestern. You can go to skacsports.com, click on the championships page. And then that'll get you information about the men's and women's soccer tournament. We played at Sabercat Stadium in Houston, November 3rd and 5th. We'll have a broadcast of those games. TrinityTigers.com. The schedule page will have the link for the men's soccer team. You can also find it on the skacsports.com site as well. And that'll be next Friday, Pirates and Tigers.
1 minute, one
We
minute.
mentioned earlier that they defeated the Pirates in Georgetown by a score of 4-0 back at the end of September. Now, that was a while ago. Quickly to take the 16th corner. This one's sent all the way to the far side of the box. Couldn't be brought down beforehand. And then the shot from Aronson will just carry completely over the back netting. And that'll take us to under 15 now. Let's see how quickly Klimo wants to send it forward. And he's not taking too much of a rush.
9, 8, 7, 6, 5.
Chinaji got us started at 24:09 in the first.
1.
Moments later, Jack Downs made it 2-0.
Final score was Trinity
Hunter Booth was able to cut that lead in half as we went to the break, but 4 goals in the second half, including Adji's second, assisted by Jack Eubank, and Michael Meese from Braden Shuey, Hunter Kane from Zachary Anderson, and Riley Hawes, assisted by Luke Chandler. Makes it 6-1 Tigers. They go to 11-2-2. They claim the number 2 seed in the SCAC tournament for the Gents. They'll conclude their season 4-9-3. And then we'll look ahead to 2024, but the Tigers still alive here in the 2023 campaign. Sure to check out TrinityTigers.com for all of the information about Friday's contest as they reach the NCAA postseason here with conference starting on Friday. And thanks to our student staff for all of their work, not only today but throughout the season. And thank you for tuning in to Trinity Soccer here on the Tiger Network. We've had a great season so far and hope to come back, maybe even the chance to continue this on, hosting NCAA playoffs, but all of that to be determined. And if we are fortunate enough to host, we will have more information about those contests for you on TrinityTigers.com. So have a great afternoon. Enjoy your Sunday. Take care.